don't take things into your own hands, okay? Because just like the title says, drastic measures have drastic consequences. If you have been thinking or looking to do something that you know is not right or is not in the perfect will of God for you, God is saying do not, okay? God is saying to trust him and to wait on him and have faith that he is still working and moving in your life, even if it's silent, right? So another way that he had just emphasized that to me was this movie called One Last Prayer. And it's a really good movie. Like, the acting was kind of but y'all know how Christian movies be with the acting a little bit. But it was a really good movie and a overall good moral to the story. So pretty much in the movie, this guy, his daughter ended up getting sick with cancer, right? And in the movie, he was just doing everything that he could, right? Or that he thought that he could to help his daughter and to pay for her treatment and everything. But it's like the more that he tried to work towards like doing it the right way, the more that the enemy was attacking him, right? So he's having problems at his job. He having to take a pay cut. Like just stuff was happening in his life left and right, right? And as a parent, you know, it's hard when you hear something like so drastic, like your kid has cancer, right? So he ended up starting to drink again, and just like his life just kind of starts spiraling out of hand, right? And spiraling downhill. And he ended up meeting up with an old friend. And that's what the enemy like to do. Actually, this old friend he ended up meeting up with this old friend just randomly, right? But really the enemy will place things and old people and old habits and things in your way, right? To see if you're gonna double back and do the same thing that you used to do, right? So this old friend was a guy that he used to sell drugs with. He used to just do a whole bunch of like negative stuff with, right? And the guy, he ended up telling the guy like, yeah, my daughter have cancer and it's just a hard situation for us. And immediately the guy is like, oh, I got you. If you need anything from me, I got you. Whatever you need. You like my family. That's like my family, whatever. Like, just pretty much really boosting, like he was really trying to help him, right? And you have to be careful with people like that too, because 9 times out of 10, first of all, you know someone's heart. Energy don't lie and spirits don't lie, right? So sometimes people will offer things to you, but their intentions are not in the right place. And that was the point of that right? That's how he was, just saying like, oh, I got you and I'm gonna help you out and I'm gonna make sure you good. But at first, the dad ended up, he didn't take the money. He's like, no, I'm good. I actually just got a promotion at work, which he did. And I'm gonna get this really big commission and all of this stuff, right? And then what ended up happening was that that's when the enemy started attacking him, and he ended up not only losing his promotion but losing the commission that he was gonna make. And then not only that, he had to take an additional pay cut of 20%, right? So the enemy like to make stuff way harder on you, and then he like to offer you this counterfeit solution, right, to your problem. Like, this will solve everything, just go ahead and take it, right? And because the guy was in such a hard place, he ended up reaching out to his friend. Let me back up real quick. So the guy's wife, right, she kept telling him, let's apply to this some like agency called the Angel Wings or something like that. And that was something that was gonna just like a little agency that could have helped pay for the daughter's treatment, right? So she kept saying, let's do this, let's do this. But as a husband, you always think things fall on your shoulders, right? Or you have to figure it out by yourself, or you have to just make things work, and you just have to, everything just falls on your shoulders as the head of the household, right? But so because he felt like he needed to just make everything happen right then and there, he did ended up reaching out to his friend. And his friend is like, oh yeah, he's like, how much you need? The guy's like, I need like 5,000. And then the friend is like, you know what, I can do you even better, I'll get you 10,000, right? And it sounds good. It sounds like, oh, it's just a friend who's giving you, who's having a good deed. I'm spoiling the whole movie, y'all, so sorry about that. If y'all want to go watch it, it's still a good movie. But so the guy, he ended up going to the friend's house to go pick up the money. And of course, and before he went into the friend's house, he prayed. He said, God, if this is not what you want from me, then let me know. Let it be known, right? And of course, God answered that prayer. Soon as he went into the house, right, the energy was just completely not right. So he get met with the bodyguard of the dude. And they patted him down. The dude got a gun and everything. And so first the friend come, he's acting all nice with him. So he gives him the money. But when he gives him the money, he also gives him a set of keys. So, and the guy's like, what are the keys for, or whatever. Then the friend is like, oh, you and him and his bodyguard was gonna go take a little trip. Like no big deal. Pretty much he was saying, this is a favor for a favor. So because I'm giving you this money, even though I'm saying, oh, I will help you out, now he's trying to rope him back into this like drug lifestyle and everything, right? And thank God the guy was just like, no, I'm not doing that, or whatever. So the guy ended up not taking that, right? And he went back in his car and he was like, okay, Lord, that wasn't it. So I'm trying, God, what do you want me to do? Like, what is next? What is there for me? So in the movie, right, he was walking, I think, from a grocery store, and there was a guy who was on the phone. He was just arguing with his was supposed to be ex-wife, right? And they was going through some stuff. But the husband took the time to talk to the guy who was going through stuff with his wife, right? He took the time not only to talk to him, but he ended up praying for him, for this guy. This was a random guy, complete stranger, right? And he ended up praying for him. And he was just telling him, like, just praying, I hope that God can reveal himself to you, and just asking God to give him peace and allow him to control his anger and all these things, right? This is a complete random interaction. So after that, the guy left, and he just said, there just need to be more nicer people out there like you, right? The husband went on his way and the stranger went on his way, right? So let me tell you how God works. And this is how God works for real. I know this is just a movie, but life is just a movie, right? God is so mysterious, and God really works in these ways. It can be the smallest interaction that you had with somebody. You could have said, God bless you, to somebody, and that would have been the point of your blessing, right? Or the start of your blessing. But okay, after the situation with his friend, he went and prayed in his car. What do I do? So as he was going home, he ended up going home. He was talking to his wife, about to tell her everything that had happened, right? And the wife of the man that he met, the stranger that he had met, right, showed up at this man's house. And she spoke to his wife, and she was just like, I have something that I want to give to your husband, because her and her husband was on the verge of divorce. Like, they were arguing about who was going to take what in the divorce. And the man stopped. I'll stop just a few minutes to talk to this man and pray over this man, right? And she was like, your husband saved my marriage. Whatever he said, whatever he did, it saved my marriage and helped whatever. So she said that her husband wanted to give something to the husband whose daughter had cancer. So she ended up leaving a letter with the wife. In the letter, the husband was just thanking him, saying that because of you, after that situation, after you prayed for me, I just felt the urge to just pray. God just reached out to this man because this man stopped, right? And gave him 10 minutes of his time, if that, and prayed over him and asked God to touch him and show himself in his life. It completely changed the course of his life. And when it changed the course of his life, it changed the course of his friends. I mean, not his friends, of the husband's wife, right? Life, right? Okay, I know I'm all over the place, and y'all know the full movie now, so I don't know if you want to watch it or not, but it's still a good movie. But anyways, so the husband ended up giving this guy who stopped and prayed for him and everything, who daughter had cancer, ended up giving him like a letter just thanking him. And attached to that letter was a check for $50,000, y'all. Not only was there a check for $50,000, right? 10-minute interaction. Not only was there a check for $50,000, the man who he stopped to pray for was on the board of the organization that his wife had been trying to apply for, which the Angel Witch things that was going to pay for their daughter's treatment. So he's like, if y'all, as soon as y'all put y'all application in, I will make sure that it's the first one to be pushed through. So let me tell you how good God is, right? And let me tell you how God is telling you to stop trying to take things into your own hands, right? Because God is always going to do above what you ever can think about, what your little mind can ever think about. God thoughts is more than the grains of sand in all the world. So God knows every single thing today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, forever and always, right? So your little mind thinking that you need to solve a problem right now at this very second, God is saying, be still and know that I am God, okay? And know that he is doing it, and know that when he says something, it has to come to pass. Know that he is a God of truth, okay? Know that he is a God that cannot lie, all right? So know that God is doing like above what you can ever think of whatever you can, beyond what you can imagine, right? More than you ask, think, or imagine. More than you ask, think, or imagine. Anything, okay? So, yes, I know that was just a long story, and I just told y'all the whole movie. But the moral of that story is, trust God and know that he is God, and know that he is going to do the things that he said that he is going to do. But the main thing that he just was pinpointing in this is to have faith in him and trust in him. Do not lean on your own understanding, because it's only going to lead to worse. It's only going to lead to more things that he got to get you out of in the first place, right? So, another thing that he said was that somebody may have felt, you may have been feeling like you have prayed your last prayer. Like you have been so spiritually weak. You have been so just going through it so much, under so much spiritual attack, that you feel like you pray all you can pray. You have watched as many sermons as you can watch. You have watched as many prophetic words. And at this point, it's just going over your head. And you're just trying to hold on like your life depends on it, right? God is saying, if that is you, this word is for you, okay? He's saying to trust him. He heard you and he hears you. He still hears you. He heard your prayers. He heard your cries. He heard when you didn't cry. He heard when you didn't say anything. He heard your internal battle, right? God is there with you, and he will never, ever leave you or forsake you. Trust him, y'all. Trust him. He says, all is going to be more than you ask. And he's saying, the way it's going to happen is just like it happened in that movie. It's going to be all at once. Okay? It's going to be all at once. There was a thing that kept coming up that I kept seeing was just saying all in one. So when he makes his move, it's going to be like a switch flipped. Like you're going to be one place. You're gonna sleep. Shout out to Shantia Deja. You're going to sleep, go to sleep one way, and you're going to wake up a completely different way, y'all. Okay? And I know it is hard to hold on to that. But y'all got to take it by faith for real, okay? Y'all have to hold on to it by faith. What the enemy wants to do is make it look like you have no other options. And then he like to give you a counterfeit option so that you can go down the path of destruction. But God said, if you just wait on me, if you just trust me, if you just know that I am God and that nothing can happen that I don't know about, right? Trust him in this season, y'all. All right, y'all. I know that was just all over the place, but I just hope and pray that anyone and everyone who this word is for is able to fully, openly, honestly receive it. I thank y'all for being here. I thank y'all for watching. I thank y'all for being here on my journey of growth and transformation. I know I've been a little MIA lately. I'm going through it too. But I know that my purpose is connected to y'all's promise, right? So I gotta be obedient. I thank y'all for watching, and I pray that y'all are fully able to receive this word. I will see y'all next time, and I love y'all.